Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of the Dondi DeVarreaux Show. I am your girl, Val DeVarreaux, and I am accompanied by my brother from another mother,
Prince Dondi. How are you? How's it going, ladies and gentlemen?
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. In today's episode, we will be discussing what happens when your head and your heart are not in the same place as it pertains to a relationship. You want to talk about it, Donnie?
Yeah, of course, most definitely. So I'm sure it happened to several people. I must truly admit. I know it's happened to me. I must admit that there's been many times where my heart tell me to do one thing and my head tell me to do another. And I mean, it's like for an example, like when a person tells you, if you want a good woman, you know what I'm saying, but you're not a good man. You see what I'm saying? But you love the thought of being married. That thought is really nice. When you go to your partner's house and say, man, we're married, man, and it feels real good. You're like, man, this is so nice. Look at the way you all get along and things like. But in his mind, he's actually thinking about, man, he want to be out and partying and talking to a whole bunch of women. And, that's where his head is. But his heart is want to be, at home and in love and all these good things like that. So that's your heart isn't where your head is. You understand? That's why a lot of people get into relationships and then in the end they catch up and follow their head instead of their hearts. You understand? So that presents a real big problem a lot of times.
Have you ever been faced with that situation yourself, Donnie?
Of course, I've been faced with that situation.
Give us some examples.
I've dealt with I've had a lot of relationships, so you all do know that, I'm sure. Not more than anybody in the world, no, not at all, but I've been around the world a few times. But anyway, my thing is that it was a young lady I really cared about. I liked her. I liked her a lot. And the sex was phenomenal. We had a great understanding. And the thing was about it, I liked her. But, when you really like a person, you don't see nobody else. Your mind is, when you can go someplace and a woman just as fine as her or fine to walk past, you don't pay her any attention. You just eyes locked and glued.
I agree.
You be like a missile. So, my heart was really there with her like that. But my head was saying sometimes, hey, listen, that's really fine and dandy. Just treat her right, but just go ahead and try this girl over here. Just go ahead, come on now. Come on out of that situation because it ain't really love. It's a lot of lust going on up in here. And when a lot of lust is going on up in there, you got to deal with a lot of situation. So its thing is that, you have to, I think an intelligent individual, and when I do say that, I mean an intelligent individual, because it's like when you want to stay at home and you have to go to work to get the money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, but your heart telling you, oh, it's a beautiful day. Let me check out the flowers and the trees and the birds and the bees. But then your mind telling you better get your ass up and go to work. That's what you got to do. So when you find yourself following your heart and not your mind, you find you have a big confusion going on within your oneself. That's why a person, I'm drinking and I'm drugging and I'm this and I'm that. So I think it's a wise thing to follow your head. 99.9% of the time, if you think about it.
Over your heart.
If you follow your mind instead of your head, you follow your head instead of your heart, you'll find yourself being in a better position. And that's how
I would agree.
And that relationship I had, I said, man, look at here, man, I do like her like that, and I mustn't, play with myself anymore like this. I got to be real. I like her a lot. So the thing about it, I've got to let this woman know that, baby, what we got is a good thing. But I'm, a little
Well,
wild.
what have you invested in that relationship? Time, as well as money. I mean. And then there's the emotions and the loyalty that's, there also. What do you do then? I mean, because I know some people in a situation right now, and they have a very, very good situation, but in their heart they want to be there, but in their mind they still want to be free.
Okay, I can tell you what's going to happen with that. I'm not a mind reader. Let's get that straight. But I do read a lot of minds. What's going to happen in that particular situation, 99.9% of the times, what's going to happen in that situation, you're going to remember one thing, that everything is materialistic in the world. I can tell you, all things, because when, for an example, if you have money and you catch a cold, you don't worry about spending that money. You worry about getting rid of that cold. So my point is that even if you got things invested, like you just said, invested, you got your money, you got your time and all this invested, those are personal things to you. Those things lie in your heart. But when you put your mind to it, you say to yourself, it ain't worth it. And you've heard, I'm sure all of you have heard your grandparents, your friends, your uncles, your cousins, aunties, everybody have told you one time, there's nothing in the world better than a peace of mind.
That's true.
So when you get that peace,
peace
of
of
mind,
mind is priceless.
Yeah, exactly. It's priceless. It's greater than money. It's greater than all that time.
However,
that's
when you get to a certain age in this life, I really feel like you got to weigh your options.
Okay.
You got to weigh the pros and the cons. Because just say I meet somebody and you know we've been together. We at the point where we engaged, and he was a bit older than me to start.
Right.
You know, maybe let's just say maybe 20 years older to start. And you know, when I got with him, it was like, you know, Prince Charming had swept me off my feet. He takes me in, and you know, he takes good care of me, and you know, provides for my every whim. You know, whatever I want, it's mine. But as time goes on, now we together 5 years down the road, and he 5 years older. I'm 5 years older, but I'm still never gonna catch up with him because he got me by 25 years, right?
Okay.
So I ain't gonna never catch up with him. Never. So he's in a totally different place. A person in their latter years, men and women, you think differently. Your priorities are different. So now here I am. I'm younger. I'm 25 years younger than you, and now my needs and my wants and you know my desires are different. So I still love you, and I do owe you a lot because you've done a lot for me.
Then we're going back to what we were saying last week when we were talking about how you outgrow a relationship. See, that's when you're outgrowing. See, that's when you're ahead in your heart. See, that's another thing when we're going back to again, outgrowing the relationship. You outgrow that. See, the thing about it is things you like yesterday, you may not like today. So that goes into the head and the heart. So let me explain this to you, and I want you all to notice. This is for everybody. I want to clear this up. Let me clarify this. If you think on age, you will be stuck on age. That's everybody. I don't care. You know, I have an uncle that's 79 years old. And the thing about it, he may be 79 in age, but his heart is a lot younger than that. Because the thing about it, I do understand as living myself, I follow this. It's a very important thing. Never keep catching up and trying to follow your age. When you follow your age, you say, well, I'm older and I can't accept another heartbreak. Hey, look, let me tell you something. Take those damn training wheels off, because that's what you got on. You got them training wheels on. Take them damn training wheels off and look, love like the first time you've ever loved. If it's the first time you love you, and you done broke up with this woman, you've been with her 30 years. You've been with her 30 years, and yet still it's going bad. Looky here. You're going to live the rest of your life out still thinking, or a man, if a woman's with a man, you're going to still think in your mind, what if? And that's the worst. You know, and if you ever said anything of what if, that's the hurtingest thing in the world. If you give up on something and you say, what if, because of my age, you know, age does not matter. And I'm going to tell you something. I want to add this in here and tell you a little bit. You know, there are several things in which we experience in our personal life, me too, that we've experienced in our personal life, and we're going through it right now, even in our personal life, that we see people of younger ages that are dying. They are actually dying. And death is final. Death is a final situation. Mm-hmm. So the fact of the matter is, if you think about your age, if you constantly are hunted by your age, I can't do this anymore. I can't suffer another heartbreak anymore because I got time invested in this individual. That's just your heart speaking. Because yet and still, you're emotional. See, look, we can make an emotional thing with anybody. With anything, we make an emotion. You can go and, look, if something's happening, you got a situation, and we put on sad music, and we sit around, what do you call it, a pity party?
Yeah.
You can put the pity party music on, and everybody in the room will feel sad about the situation. Because it's an emotion. You cannot touch an emotion. You can't color thought. But the thing about it is that if you leave that emotion alone and go back in and now you're playing some upbeat music, boom, 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 your heart gonna change because it's an emotion. You must follow your head. So your head gonna always put you in the right position. Even if you say, man, look, I got 30 years invested, and yet still this thing is going wrong, your mind is telling you, it says, get out. Like a horror movie. Get out. But your heart's not, I'm not gonna leave, I love her so much. That's your heart speaking. I know what I'm telling you all is not easy. Trust it, please believe me.
What I would have to do myself, I would have to weigh the pros and the cons. I mean, I would have to look at my life as it is with this person, and then I'd look at my life without this person. And I would have to see if it's worth it. If it's worth it for me to stay, I would have to stay.
Let me tell you.
Honestly speaking.
See, I tell
because you can make anything work. Everything to me is about compromise.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure if you've been with a person 30 years, you tried many situations. You tried many things with a person 30 years. or 20 years, you tried it. So it's never a situation. It may come and present itself in a different package. But you've been with a person. I would give it this: if you've been with a person 5 years, 5 calendar years, you've experienced an awful lot with this person. If you've been just with this person, so not in this relationship, out of this relationship, 5 straight years with this person, living with this person, you've experienced so much stuff. You've experienced so much stuff with this person, and that you're going to know this person. If it's 5 years, 25 years, you're going to know this. So the thing about it is where you want to go. It's where you want to go. It was a superstar, and you people know who I am. I won't say his name. He says he was married to this woman. He had 5 kids by this woman, and he played football. And you all know who he is. He came home one day from work, and he told her he was retiring from football. He went into filming. And he told her, he says he loved the woman. He told her, he said, look, I've got to let you go. I want a divorce. I want to take care of you. I'm going to give you everything in the world I want to give you. You want it. You want it. You never want for anything. But the fact of the matter is, you can't take me where I need to go. And people were like outraged by this. Oh, he just want to deal with women of different colors. But you know what? He said something years down, and they're still good friends. Him and his wife are still good friends. He says, at the moment when I was moving up on the ladder, when I was doing my thing, my wife couldn't take me, even though she had my 5 kids, where I needed to go. So I needed to get out of that particular web to get to this level right here. And sometimes you be at a complacent place in your life, and your heart is all in, you loving everybody around you. Right. But I'm going to tell you something. God is a very spectacular individual. He's so spectacular until, if you're comfortable right there, he's going to shake the nest and move you out of that particular situation and put you in a place where you're not comfortable at, and he's going to make you be able to grow farther than you possibly thinking. I can tell you, for his weightlifting, there's things, I call them a see nothing years, see nothing days, when I was competing. And there's days where I go in the gym, you go in the gym 3, 4, 5 years and not feel like, I'm doing nothing. You're not competing at the time, or you're competing and you're lifting, and you constantly lifting. You say, man, but I don't see a tremendous change. Then all of a sudden, you go move to a different part of the gym, or a different gym, and you find yourself growing beyond your wildest imaginations, accomplishing goals and beating people that you never have before in your life. Because these are situations in which the heart will allow you to be what do you call submissive, and to accept this, because I've went this far to do it. I've come this far to do it. I'm not going to go no place else, because yet and still I know this is bad. I know it may be bad with the situation I'm with, but I don't know how it is if I step out. And sometimes we just got to step out. I want to tell you all something.
Sometimes we just get into a comfort zone.
But I want to tell you, this is a very important thing. Remember this. If we have confidence in ourselves, no matter, I tell you, everybody out there, I know some of you got some beautiful relationships, but it could always be better. But I'm saying you don't have to always search for it to be better. You can be comfortable and complacent to where you are and says, okay, fine. But if the situation is not appealing to you, and your heart is there so strongly and want to be there, and your mind is telling you, this ain't right. It just doesn't feel right. You're not going to be able to give it all in your heart like that, because your mind is telling you it's just not right.
I think sometimes people don't realize what they have until they do exactly what you're saying. They go and run off and leave it in search of something better, and then they realize down the road ain't nothing better.
Sometimes,
but by the time they realize that now what you left behind, somebody else got that and gone.
Exactly, and I agree with that.
So
I do agree with that.
Goes back to my point. You must, people, realistically, you have to weigh your options. Just like you met somebody before and she told you flat out.
Oh yeah, a couple times.
I can't mess with you.
A couple of times.
You are not. Yeah. That was a very smart woman.
Oh yeah, she did.
Very smart woman. That's exactly what we're talking about right now.
She told me that. She told me she said,
her
I
heart
want to, but I'm not going to do it.
Her heart wasn't there with him.
Exactly.
But her mind knew this the best damn place I could be.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why she wouldn't move.
And she wouldn't.
She wouldn't budge. See, this is my point. I rest my case. You have to weigh your options,
but
especially as a woman. As a woman, your choices ain't gonna be as many as he is gonna be. He can be 65, 75. He's still gonna have his pick of the litter, cause them young girls still gonna go to him. At his age today, he have women a third of his age.
Oh yeah.
A third.
Yeah.
Me on the other hand, I know I'm a bad one.
Yeah.
I ain't got no ninjas. Don't want no ninjas a third of my age. Don't want nothing to do with them. So our priorities are different. Our standards are different. All that. So in a woman's case, you really got to weigh your options, because when you find something real good, just like that girl, she got a damn good thing.
Oh yeah, she does.
Damn good.
She does.
She ain't gonna find that nowhere else.
Well, I can
and
say
if she rolls the dice, baby, it's gonna take her years and years. That's gonna be like finding a needle in the haystack.
Yes.
So when you're finding women, don't listen to Dondi. You men, y'all can listen, because see, y'all situation a little different.
Tell you all
but you women, don't roll those dice. Weigh your options. Get you a chalkboard if you got to. Get you a pad and a pen. Pros, cons. Then do the one thing that you must do. Be real with yourself.
And being real with yourself may inquire you, seriously right now,
be real
to
with
walk
yourself.
away from that situation. Now, I want to tell you something. Just because you may be a little older and you may be more seasoned, as I say, you may be a seasoned woman. Hey, believe me, I'm going to tell you something, man. Please know this. I want you all to know this. There are a lot of men. There are a lot of men that's out here, that's eligible men, who would love to swoo you off your feet too. So don't think that. But that's what I'm saying.
It's like finding them is the problem.
This is the thing. That's what I want to tell you. For his guys,
that's the problem.
Guys tell me, they say, "Oh, there's no good women out here. That's why I do what I do." No, that's not true. The fact of the matter is, what you're doing,
finding them.
what you're doing, what people are doing, is fishing in the wrong pond. Don't fish in the pond. Go to the lake. It's big fish out there. Now, I know a lot of you are afraid of it because you've never been there before. And it's hard to get there when you haven't been there before. But I tell you, if that's what you're in search of, follow your mind. Your mind will take you there. When you follow your heart, you'll find that everybody's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Earth, Wind & Fire said a song a long time ago, and I do love this song. That's the Ways of the World was a song they did. He says, a child is born with a heart of gold. Mm-hmm. The ways of the world make his heart grow cold. You see? Mm-hmm. That's true. You go to a baby. Hey, baby, how you doing? And you stick your hand out, the baby will give you their candy. You'll take the candy and walk away. The baby start crying. And it be walking a little bit, and the baby give it to you. But as that kid get older, you stick your hand out that kid and slap you 5 and keep that sucker in his mouth. Because he knows that you are not going to take what I've got. Mm-hmm. So you have to keep in mind, all times, who you are. See, once you know who you are, no one can make you anything else other than who you are. Now, the thing about it, even though you may be in love with a man may be in love with you, and I know some of these brothers. I know one guy. He's an eligible guy, and I'm telling you, he broke down like a baby one day. He broke down like a baby. He broke down I'm telling you, he broke down so much it made me lose respect for him.
Why?
On the sidewalk, he had this woman, and he was a middle-aged guy, and she was, pretty much a little bit younger than him, maybe a couple of years only. And she had a couple of kids, but he loved this woman. And when I say love this woman, and I mean he loved her downright filthy draws. You hear what I'm saying to you? I mean, he met her, stayed with her for a year, and he moved in with her, and then he said, the heck with this, let's get a house. He went and got a house with this woman. And her 3 kids were getting a little bit older, and they moved in, and he was taking care of them, and they were disrespecting him and driving his cars and all kinds of things. But he loved this woman, and he's a very, very intelligent individual. And I saw this man one day. He came and called me on the telephone. I need to see you. I need to see you. I said, man, what's happening? And look, he told me, he said, man, he got to talking just calmly. And he's talking, I don't drink. He sit up and drinking. He said, let me get a shot. He get drinking for a minute. And he says, man, she told me she want to leave me. I said, what she want to leave you for?
How long have they been together?
Oh, he had been together with her for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to leave me. I said, she wants to leave you? What she want to leave you for? He said, because her baby's father, one of her older kid's father, had been married, and then he divorced, but she saw him, and they went out on a couple of dates, and she told him, and this individual that I know, he's a very emotional guy, very loyal guy, he's a great friend, and he broke down, and he said, man, if she leave me, he said, I guess I'll kill myself. I said, hold on. He told, look here. He says, I love many women in my life, he says. He said, but I never loved a woman the way I love this woman.
Peaceful.
But wait, hey, look.
Don't never love nobody more than you love yourself.
Listen to this now. Now, everybody has been in a relationship.
See,
everybody has been in a relationship. Now, you into a relationship right now, whomever you are, whomever I'm talking to. Everybody has been into a relationship whereas that one person loved more than the other. There's never an equal relationship. When a person tells you that they're lying to you,
I can believe that.
There's never an equal relationship.
I totally will agree with that.
A man does not love a woman equally, and she love him, and she don't love him as well. Like somebody in that relationship loves a little bit more than the other.
I agree with that.
And sometimes we can't tell the difference, and that's fine. But he told me, he said, if she shall leave me, I believe I will kill myself.
Oh,
I said,
wow.
listen to me, and I want you to know this here now. You're a fairly young guy. I said, but I want you to know right now, no, you won't. He said, yes, I will. He said, I'll put my service revolver in my mouth and I'll blow my brains out. I said, listen to me. You saying that today, but you won't do it. He said, yes, I said, no, because you will hang on. See, one thing about it, that I never felt that way, but I know people. And I said, you will hang on to any thought that she'll one day come back to you again. You hang on to that thread to think, if she walks past my house, I want to smell the whim of her body. So you will not kill yourself. He said, yes. I said, no, you won't. And in the end of this situation, I want to tell you what happened. She left him. She was gone from him for 6 months. And he was doing bad. When I say doing, I mean, her kids stayed with him. Her children had gotten older. They had stayed with this man. Really? And one of them went away to college, and they stayed with this particular man.
Wow.
And the man says to me, he told me, he said, man, you're not going to believe what happened to me last night. He told me. I went over to his house. He said, you're not going to believe me. He said, man, he was wiping his car off. He was wiping his car off. He said, ooh, and he said, thank you, Lord. He threw his hand up. He was wiping his car off. He said, she showed up last night. I said, oh, man, I know you happy. He wiped his car off and looked at me and started laughing. He said, but I don't feel the same way no more. Ain't that something?
Good.
Ain't that something? He said, but I don't feel this. Here's a man who told me he was going to kill himself. He said, she showed up at the house. She had 2 raccoons. Her eyes like raccoons. The man had put out raccoons on her. He had beat up. Hit in the eyes. He said, I'm looking. He said, baby, come on in.
Grass ain't always green.
He said, come on in. He said, you want some coffee or something? Should I call a doctor? No, don't call him. He said, I know my room and everything is, because she knew that he loved her like that. I know my room and everything is the same. He said, when she went into his room, he said, she went into his room, he sat there for a minute, she went and took a bath and everything and laid down in his bed and got some sleep. He said, he came there and put the sheet on. He said, he went out there and started doing chores around his house. He said, man, the only thought that I had, this is amazing to me, the only thought that I had in my mind, not in my heart, he said, in my mind, he said, I felt sorry in my heart for her. But in my mind, only thought I was thinking, I hope she heard me get the hell out of my house. Ain't that something?
Good for him.
He said, I was thinking in my mind,
good.
I hope she heard me get the hell out of my house.
It's always hope, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's amazing. He told me, he broke down. He said, boo, hoo, 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 hoo. That's what he said. Yeah, it's amazing when a person get to cry and they get that hoo, hoo, hoo. That's a hurt. That's a hurt because you feel that. And I'm like, man, I'm a manly man, so I just got to pat him on the back. Man, it's going to be all right. You know what I mean? Our brother going to be all right. But he said, no, it ain't. He told me. I said, brother, yes, it is. And he told me,
I'm glad.
He said, man, only thought I had in my mind, I can get the hell out of my house. He wiped his car off.
See that?
Love didn't live there no more.
There you go.
Love didn't live there no more. See, sometimes
life is constantly changing.
Right. What is it said? I read this someplace before. I don't really remember. You might remember. It said, if you were in a relationship and if you could avoid that relationship for 4 months, 4 months away from this person, if you've been in a serious relationship with this individual, if you could not talk to him, not deal with him for 4 months, it said it's psychologically true that in 4 months, 120 days after you dealt with this individual, that you will not feel the same anymore. I tried that. I want you to know I tried that.
I agree.
I tried that.
I agree with that.
And I find it to be true.
Because you get used to living life without them.
Right. It's like, the elephant syndrome. You know about that, right?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, but the elephant syndrome, when you try to stay down, let me tell you how that goes. You can take an elephant. An elephant is a very intelligent creature. Everybody knows that. An elephant is highly intelligent. They cry when one of their relatives and things die. They go and bury it. They're very intelligent. You could take an elephant, capture the elephant, and put a chain around its leg, right? And give it a certain distance, 30 feet. 30 feet even, not 29, not 28, but 30 feet exactly, and drive that stake down into the ground, and put that elephant there, and feed the elephant for there for 30 days. 30 days, this is true. 30 days, now anybody, ask a trainer, they'll tell you, you feed them 30 days in this situation. After on the 31st day, go back and take that stake up out of that ground. And that elephant won't go no further than he was right there. And you don't see a stake. He won't go no further than 30 feet. Guaranteed. So that's how people, we have that syndrome. The elephant syndrome, I tell them. You are afraid now because you were shackled right there. So now you're not going to go no further than that. So an elephant is very intelligent now. Think about that. He's very intelligent. But he won't go no further than that 30 feet after that 31st day. He won't do it. And that's like a lot of people. You've been here, a person, oh, he's taking care of me or she's taking care of me. And you think to yourself, well, you're efficient. You can take care of yourself. You can go get a job. You know, if you're able-bodied, you can go get a job. You can do these things, but yet so you may not be able to take care of yourself on the level. See, that's the thing about it. We have this thing called pride, and it may not be on the levels in which you're used to, but yet still you'll find yourself being blessed enough that you can get up past those levels if you allow yourself to grow and not depend on that individual to grow for you.
Or you could just marry him and then you'll get all half his shiggity.
Well, you know what? Now let me tell you something about that type of situation. I'm going to tell you about that
marry
situation.
Him. Get a divorce and you'll get half his shit.
I'm going to tell you about that situation.
Because he has to maintain your standard of living that you're used to.
Let me explain this to you. I'm sure you've all read this. There are a lot of superstars who get married and have a lot of money, a whole bunch of cash, and have to give that woman half or whatever in that situation. But after that happens, notice, 90% of the individuals that do that, look how far they go past the situation in which they were in when that person got that money. Look how they quadruple, they grow. And my man Michael Jordan, look how much more money Michael has now than he did when he gave Juanita his money. That money right there, and which he basically gave her his baby, it's pocket licked, for an example. You know, I don't know their personal lives, but look how much he excelled. He's a billionaire now. He's a millionaire then, yeah. But look, he got to give her that. That's changed. Look, he got a new wife, 2 new kids. Life is beautiful. Not to say who was right and who was wrong in that, so let's not get into that because I don't know. I really don't care. But my point to you is this, is that people say, I want to get married to him. And sometimes when a person says, I got to get this person to have this money or whatever, it's not as sweet as you may think. It's not as sweet. Even if you're getting this person's money, and this person's money is taken care of you, after you're married to this person, you say to yourself, hey, I'd rather shake a cup on the street than to get this change this person giving me. Because sometimes when you follow your head, instead of your heart, you find yourself in a position where say, I'm bigger than that. You still, no matter what, because a person can, tell you say, oh, I don't care, I'll still just ride around in my big old Rolls Royce, not worry about what this person says. But yet still, we don't worry about what people say, then that's a lie, because people do think about what a person says to them. I had this young lady tell me one day, she said she was married to this guy, and she's getting his money now because they divorced. Mm-hmm. She said he was so verbally abusive. She said even when she divorced him, like I just said, she said he excelled so much more than he did when she was married to him. She said he told her one day on the phone, he gave her over a couple $1 million a year. He told her, he says, my wife I have now. This is what he told her. She said they were arguing about something. I don't know about the kids. He says, my wife I have now can take the money in which I give you yearly and spend it shopping for one day. So what you're doing to me isn't hurting me like one bit. And she told me that, she says, yeah, but I'm still getting it or whatever. She told him, she says, but when she hung that phone out, she said she felt a big pit in the bottom of her stomach. Like, Jesus, man, this man. I mean, so things people can say to you can damage you and it can hurt you. But the thing about it is if you use your mind instead of just your heart, a lot of times, what I'm telling you is it's hard. And to some people it seems impossible, but there's nothing impossible. But it's a heavy weight on you sometimes. Sometimes you walk away from a relationship, you tell a person, I don't want your pension, I don't want this, and you just walk away. You just want to be away from that individual.
You just want to be at peace.
You want to be at peace. That's what I tell you. And the mind is...
You want to be at peace.
It says, I want a piece of what? Mind. A piece of mind.
I signed off on 3 pensions.
Yeah, so...
I ain't want none of either one.
Well, that's my point, exactly. But do you feel...
Because I feel like...
But do you feel... I want to ask you this. Do you feel less of a person?
Hell no.
Okay.
I got something that's priceless,
well,
baby.
They're perfect. It proves what I'm saying.
I just feel like if you getting some of a man's pension, I don't give a damn what the situation. He's still, in his mind, He's still taking care of you to some extent. He is.
Well, let me tell you.
He's still taking care.
Let me tell you this.
He's contributing to your damn household, to your livelihood.
Exactly.
And he still got rights in his man.
Right.
I didn't want my ex to think he had no rights to nothing.
Right.
You ain't coming up in here demanding anything from me, because he can always say, bitch, I'm taking care of you.
He sure can. Or she
I'm
sure can.
taking
Or
care
she sure
of you.
can. Let's add that.
I'm paying this mortgage you living in this house. I'm paying that.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have that if it wasn't for what you did for me.
Exactly.
So the lawyer was pressing, and I was like,
So,
I'm good.
That goes to show you.
He's a man.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
But some people that ain't in a position to do what I do.
Some people are in. Some people right now are saying, I don't care what he say, as long as he just keep on dropping that eye. He can say anything he want to say. But that's fine. You're that type of individual. And don't get me wrong. You may need that, and it may be very, very prosperous for you to have that. But what I'm saying, I'm speaking to the people who are following their head and not just their hearts, because sometimes a person can't be prideful. You know you need that. Reach back and get that, because you do need that. Don't be a fool either. But the thing about it is, I want you to know one thing which is very, very true. For what is real will always stand, and what is phony is going to eventually pass away. And that is so true. So a person can give it to you. Yeah, there are people who get inheritance from their people, who get big money, who get inheritance money. But yet still something comes about, and it snatches it right away. I'm going to tell you something. The law of life is never wrong. I say that. The law of life is never wrong. The law of life will always present itself, and it will always even the ground, even the field. It will even the field. It will even the field. It will even the field. That's for sure. Even though sometimes it may not seem like that. Some of you all are going through some deep things right now, thinking about those situations. But you must follow your head, not your heart. Even though you may have a house full of kids, and this man came from nowhere, and he's taking care of you, and you really don't love this guy. And you know that you don't wholeheartedly love, and probably hating the scribble sometimes when he touches you. I know a lot of you out here like that. Can't stand for this man to even breathe or talk. Talking just quiver you. Just, oh God, I can't stand it. But you need what he has. And some of you men are like that with women. Now, let me tell you, because it does go like that with women too. I know a couple guys who are with women and can't stand when she says it's time for us to do the nasty. So you got to understand that, hey, it goes both ways, but you have to follow your head, not your mind, not your heart. And if you do that, then you're able to possess what you need in this world, because it's very important to possess what you need.
What do you think about people who follow their heart?
Well, we're going to make a lot of mistakes. People who follow their heart make an awful lot of mistakes they don't need to make, but you will see it coming. The people who follow their heart, you will see that mistake coming. You will see that brick wall right there. You're going to run right into it.
Going head first.
Head first, knowing that you ought not do that. I know a lot of people. So when I say I know a person, I do know them. I know a friend. He's not a friend. He's an associate. He's a doctor, and you know who I'm talking about, partner. I'm gonna put you on blast, but whoever out there, they gonna know it. This guy is a doctor, and he co-signed not for one, not for two, but 3 women. He co-signed cars for them. And all 3 of them defaulted on the loans. He's a doctor. This is a medical doctor. He is a surgeon, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, goofy.
Oh, when you would say that, you would normally say that. But the thing about it is that not 1, not 2, but 3, he co-signed the loans on their vehicles.
First of all, he's a goofy, because you're a medical doctor. Why are you even, having anything to do with a woman with bad credit? You're supposed to be dealing with people who are at your level.
Okay.
I mean, that obviously tells me right there, you messing with somebody got bad credit. That says something about your choice in people.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. And I see, that goes to show you, for the people who thinking that it was anything else other than that. Let me tell you this part. Let me add this right here on to you and tell you. That's not always true. Because the thing is that when the people he dealt with, matter of fact, he dealt with a person in the medical field who had good credit and got divorced. And her credit was good. And he went and he did that. And the thing was about is that she defaulted on a loan because of the relationship. She wanted to get out of it. She defaulted on a loan. I'm going to keep it anyway, and I'm going to do this, that, and the other. With his, card. That was one of the people. So I said, oh, he would have got a bunch of hood rats. Nah.
I'm just saying the caliber of woman.
Well, see, the thing about it, let me tell you.
Because who are you hurting by you defaulting on a loan? You're hurting your own credit.
Well, let me tell you.
That's like committing suicide. You're shooting yourself in the head. You ain't hurting your ex-husband. You hurting your damn self.
The thing about it, let me tell you.
That's immature and stupid.
you really don't know. And this is another thing, we're going to do a show on this one day. You really don't know a person. You really don't know. You don't know. I mean, it may be you don't know a person, no matter how how they present themselves and how cultured they pretend to be.
What is my saying? I always like to say, when you meet people, they send out their representatives.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it's not until you've been reeled in, hook, line, and sinker, until that CEO shows up, that crazy, evil other motherfucker. Got it? That's what people do.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you this on that. On that note, I want to say this. Believe me, that other crazy has shown up during the course of them showing, their representative. Because sometimes...
And you were supposed to get your ass the hell away then.
But see, you be so, whatever, when you be so sex whipped, in love, or getting ready to get in love, and thinking that it's better than whomever you're dealing with, that you say, hey, the hell with that, I can deal with this a little bit. You think. Until you step with it. Now, sometimes it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you say, man, hey, look here, man. I follow my heart, but yet still allow their head to work too. Allow your head to work. Let's get sensible. Don't get so fooled that you slugged by a baseball bat. Let's say, wait a minute, that's not logical. That's not logical. That's not a logical thing.
Right.
Sometimes a spouse or a person you deal with, they can ask you for something that is not logical in your mindset. You say, hey, look, I love you, I care about you, but that is not.
Yeah, that don't make too much sense.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Help me see it. And then the person break out and tell you, if you love me, you will do it.
Oh,
and they talk about that hard. But don't get upset about it, because some people, they love them, they would do it. And that's fine, whatever the situation may be.
Somebody did that to me before.
Yeah, if you love me, you're going to get me a car.
They wanted me to buy them a car that was totally out of the realm of their capability of paying for.
Right.
Totally.
But, okay, let me add this now.
And I'm like, you can't afford the oil change on that car.
Okay, but let me add this.
Why would I sign my name?
Right.
Knowing you can't afford to pay it.
Okay, but let me
if
add this.
If you love me, you would do it.
Wait, how long had you been in that relationship?
We had been together at that moment maybe about 7 years.
7 years. Okay, now let's
close to the end.
Let's bag this up. Let's rewind. Let's reel this back in a little bit and put this in 3 years into that relationship. Were you ever in love with this person? Or in lust with it? See, you were in lust. But see, you understood, that means the whole while you were dealing with this individual, your head was leading the situation. Mm-hmm. See, now listen now. I want you all to understand. Because your head can lead in a whole different type of situation. Now, I'm talking about when you're head over heels with him. When a woman comes by, you just love the scent of her. And when she calls you on the phone, you may have soap on you in the shower. You'll drive and reach and grab the phone and, hello, baby, how you doing? I'm just getting out of the shower. Don't worry about it. Keep on talking to me. Put the phone on speaker while you showering, because you cannot risk for one moment for this woman's voice to leave you right there, because she called you, she may want something, and what she wants is you, and you feel that way. Or you may be in the midst of a dead sleep, knocked out, tired of the dog, but yet still she call you. How are you doing? It sounds like you're sleeping.
Oh, it's okay. Baby, it's okay.
It's okay. Just resting my eyes.
No, it's all right.
It's all right.
What's up, boo?
And normally, if anybody else, if your mama had called you, Mama, I'm sleeping right now. I ain't got time to go through this. But yet still, that is when you're enlusting, with this individual pretty much. Mm-hmm. Or you're thinking you're in love with him. So let's get that straight now. When you walk into this relationship and you at that point was like, hey man, they'll wait, whatever, they burn the car. Or sometimes now the hunter get captured by the game. Now that happens a lot of times. When you go into a relationship, you really don't care that much for them, but all of a sudden you working with this person a couple years ago.
They whip it on you.
Now you're in love with this individual.
Now they just reel you on.
So now they don't flip the script, as you all call it. They don't flip the script. And when they flip the script on you, sometimes it changes everything in your entire life. You say to yourself, I don't know what's going on in my life, what they done to me.
And sometimes it works the opposite way too. Yeah. You go in hot, as I like to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And you all, head over heels with this person.
Exactly.
And then, a year or so down the line.
Yeah, you're not feeling the same way.
You don't feel the same way. So now it's like,
this is what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. Because the heart and the head are different. Like a lot of women, I'm just praying. A friend of mine called me. Yeah, she called me a couple days ago. How you doing? I said, what's happening? Oh, I said, what's the matter? Oh, I'm just praying for a good man. I left church and I'm just praying for. Okay,
Oh,
well, look,
they
hold up. Okay, now, you know who you are.
Oh.
You know who you are, sweetheart. You're not a good woman. And I'm not saying. Now you can say,
Oh my!
hey, I can say many things. I say, oh, I'm a good man. But to who? Shit. Who to
It
who am I
depends
good?
on who you ask.
It depends on who you ask. Now
Absolutely.
I know what I'm saying. I'm not just guessing this now. I'm not just sending the person out. I know this woman. She want a good man. But yet still on Fridays and Saturday nights, she want a coochie slang.
I know some women like that too.
Yeah.
And they always love to say, I don't know why I'm not married right now.
Yeah.
You're not marriage material.
Right, you know, you want.
That's why.
She's in love with the idea of it.
Exactly.
But yet still, and you
What
know
is
in
it
your
about
mind,
you that says you're marriage material?
Because sometimes
What?
a person's spirit, your spirit reads another person's spirit.
Right.
And never forget that. Your spirit reads that person, knowing
Right.
well you done got like some guys. Oh baby, I really would just love to settle down with you. I like to sit up like Bill Cosby, to sit up on the show, and he's the perfect dad.
We got a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And she always want to say, I don't know why I'm not married right now.
You know why she ain't married right now? Because what I just said about my other friend. Because she want to be a good woman when she's walking in those stilettos and walking and eating cheese. And yet still put on that hoochie music, she going to throw that booty 8 ways a Sunday.
I'm telling you.
So let us get honest about ourselves. That's what you got to
Right.
use your mind. Because you're in love with the conception of it, but you're not in love. Let's get that straight, because there's a difference. And people always say, I just want a man just to love me. Then what you going to do for him? What you gonna do for him? What you gonna do for him? I just want a good man. What is a good man? Let's put it.
It's good. It's good to depends on who the person is. What's good to you may not be good to me.
Exactly. But
You know, I've been in situations where people thought the people that I had dismissed were good men, and I'm like, you don't know that ninja.
right, exactly.
You wasn't with him. He was good to you on the outside looking in, but
he may be a good
he
man.
wasn't good to me.
He may be a good man. She may be a good woman. But the thing about it, they may have a flaw. That flaw is they like to stay out all night long. Okay, they like to stay out all night.
Or they hoish.
They may be very. But see, let me add this now. In defense of the ones who are flirtatious. They may flirt with every man there is. That woman may flirt with every man there is, but you're still giving her love to one man. You understand what I'm saying? She flirts and got 9,000 men in her phone, but you're still sleeping with the one man. You understand what I'm saying? But yet still, these are her ways. So does that make her a good woman? Does that make her a good woman? Because the thing about it is that she's a good woman, but she don't sleep with nobody else but me. But does that make a good woman because she don't sleep? Just because, let me explain
But you
something
still
to you.
entertain 11,000 men.
Let me explain this to you all and know this. And I want to say this. And I think that I'm a boss player. So I want to tell you all this. If I can get it, another man can. You understand? Because he's a man. And that's like every woman who feels like, if you're a woman, if you're a woman, you're dealing with, you're a good woman or whatever. If you think you got your man on lock, if you can get him, some other woman can. And don't go around here. I'm tired of yelling this one thing. Oh, but she ugly and now shut your mouth, because looks ain't got anything to do with it.
It don't.
Anything to do with it.
I know some really nice looking men that wives just look like monsters.
Man, and I'm telling you, in the same way, and vice versa. It is some beautiful women. You got some men that look like Magilla Gorilla. So it does not matter. It doesn't matter.
And they loved him too.
Exactly.
Took care of him. And
exactly.
Loyal to him.
And that's true. And that's true.
Really?
So you got to use your mind
with that beast.
Right. You got to use your mind. That's when you have to. That's when you have to use your mind. If it's good, is it good to you though?
Right. It's all a matter of perception. Who is it good to?
I can look in the room, and don't get me wrong. Look, let me tell you, I love you whores out there. Let's get that straight. I do.
Oh my!
I want to throw it because I love you whores or you prostitutes, whatever you want to call it.
Disclaimer: Dondi and DeVarreaux show. These are just our views and our opinions.
I love
we don't
you all.
intend to offend anyone.
Look, what you all are doing, let me tell you, what you're doing is you're selling something that is yours, and you can sell anything in the world that is yours, and it's your prerogative to do so. But my thing is this: is that I have no disrespect, and I love you, and I tell you this, and I say it again. some of you women, some of these women, ladies of the night, prostitutes, you love, some will look better than a lot of people's wives out here, and will be a better woman to a man than a woman who's not doing that. But it's just the fact that you know what she's doing. Oh, she's giving her love up to everybody. Let me tell you, some of these doggone guys out here are throwing their thing on the crap table every night, and you all telling them you all love them, so you all don't call them that. Oh, he ain't no whore. He's not. Yes, he is. He's the same thing. Let's put that together. So my point I'm making to you is that don't try to push a person aside for whatever they do. So my point I want to say is that just because a person does a certain thing in life, don't make them a bad person. I could put them in a room with a bunch of nuns and say all of them are good women. But to who are they good women? Not to say all the prostitutes are going to be bad, because there may be some of them nuns that's bad people to other people. It don't matter what you do. It's the fact of the matter is, who are you good to? Because we all don't like the same type of Kool-Aid.
That's true.
We all don't like the same kind. And the thing about it is, what works for me may not work for you. And the thing about it, and that's okay if that doesn't work for you. Because if we all like the same thing, it'd be a real messed up world out here, wouldn't it?
Yes, indeed.
We have to understand that, hey man, just because, you know, her ways are not fitting for me, or your buddy, your main partner that be talking to you, man, look how I can see it. Man, look here, man, you didn't marry a woman for that, man. You married a woman or love a woman because you like her, love her. And the same thing about your women. You didn't marry a love a man because your girlfriend like him. You know, even though you may go for approval when you first get with him and say what you think about him, but she may say, "Oh, I hate that man." But you may say, "Oh, I love him." But that's your opinion. That is why you are an individual. But follow your head. Don't follow your heart all the time. Always keep that head. Let that head think, because that head is going to always lead you in a better position. It's going to lead you in a better position. So the thing, your heart going to see a lot of things. Oh, I feel so sorry for him.
Yes,
but you don't know the truth about it. Your heart going to always feel sorry and remorse for someone. Yeah. But you have to be a man or a woman enough to know that, hey, dig this. My head is telling me there's a reason for that situation. There's a reason.
Right.
There's a reason. When there's a reason for that situation, you know, hey, it just doesn't come overnight now.
Right.
That didn't just happen to Jimmy overnight. Jimmy's a good man. You know, why did that bro just slap him in the face with a pot of coffee?
It was something.
It was
some
something.
Reason.
You know what I'm saying?
What they say is three sides to every story.
Yep, his, hers, and the truth. So let's think for a second. Why did that happen to him? Something, you know. And I say, you know, some things happen. Good things happen. Bad things happen to good people all the time. Yeah. And good things happen to bad people all the time.
That's true.
So follow your head. Don't always just judge it because, oh, he a dirty, rotten, no good for nothing anyway. Or she a scandalous when he don't look. No, you don't know that. You don't know that.
Don't know.
You never know. So the fact of the matter is, what you must do is that you must search your head. Like I said, search your heart, baby. Search your heart. Your auntie, hold on. Search your mind.
That's what I
Search your mind.
And be real with yourself.
When you search your mind, you find things you never thought of.
And write it down if you have to. Some people got to see stuff.
Yeah, you got to.
They got to see it before they understand it.
Yes,
some people,
it's okay.
They can hear it, but some people got to see it. Write it down.
Got to see it, yeah.
If you get you a chalkboard or get you, you know, a pad and a pen and write it down. Yeah. And just weigh your pros and your cons. What's my life with this person?
Right.
What would my life be without this person?
Man, hey, I tell you, if all of you all do that, I promise you one thing for a sure fact, you will find a difference in yourself. Some kind of shape, form, or fashion, you'll find a difference in yourself.
Absolutely.
You'll find a difference in yourself.
Hopefully, if you're smart, it will bring you back to reality.
Yeah. And sometimes when they say bring you back, oh, that's a great thing. Sometimes reality is ugly now.
Exactly.
Don't think that it's beautiful. Oh, scream out and found myself. Sometimes
I did that with a
terrible.
guy friend of ours, very good friend of both of ours.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was crying to me one day, and they were divorced at that point, but he still to this day love a dirty drama.
But, you know, that's...
And, you know, he was crying to me, and I say, you know what? Tell me about your life with her. And as he talked to me, I had my pad. I was writing.
Right.
Tell me, just give me 10 things.
Yeah.
That you love about her. 10
Uh-huh.
things that she brought to your life that made your life better.
Right.
Than before you married her.
Exactly.
He couldn't give me 10.
But he give you 10 that he don't like. But I guarantee you, in the end, the things that what you give you that he doesn't like, those are the things he's still going to go with that.
I showed him the list. I say, look at this. I say, you gave me 27 things about her that you didn't like.
Right there. See what I'm saying?
I say, you gave me 5 things about her that you like.
You know that song that says, sweet dreams are made of these?
Yeah.
Some of them want to use you. Some want to be used by you. Right?
Yes.
And some people want you to use them.
Yes, and that's crazy.
My dad told me something, and I want to add
That's
this, and I want to
crazy.
tell you on one thing for sure. A friend of mine told me, you don't use your friends. And my dad said, I used to always say, you should never use a friend. And my dad said, then why are they friends? You're supposed to use a friend, but you're never supposed to misuse a friend. I want you to use me, but don't misuse me. Because if a person got no use, you got no use for them. You understand? If you got no use, you're useless.
Useless.
You're useless. So, of course, you say, oh, you're sure she's using me, but I'm using her too. Okay, that's fine. Because you all are having an understanding. That's good. Well, you got a wife
in the world.
Right. Look, you pay the bills. If you pay the bills in your house, man, woman, if you pay the bills in the house, you're demanding, then you're still a person. You got to understand that you're going to be demanding. No, the person can't say, just because you're paying the bills and he don't make you the boss.
Understanding people is the greatest thing in the world.
If that's yours understanding that doesn't make you the boss, you pay the bills, then hey, you're going to roll with that. Now, if paying the bills make you the boss, then so be it. You understand what I'm saying? But whatever, and which you never, like my man James Brown said, and whichever I play, it's got to be funky. Well, whichever you all agreed to, you must stay agreed to. You understand? You can't just change horses in the middle of the stream. You see what I'm saying? You can't. Right. When the horse is swimming, you can't just, you can't do that. You can't change in the middle of the race. You can't do these things. These are things which was not going to work. You can do anything you want to do. You can try it, but it's not going to work. You know, it's definitely a true fact. It's not going to work. So you have to keep a level head in all situations. You know, you must keep a level head. If the house blows up, everybody, screaming and hollering, run around in a circle, nobody going to hit the door. Nobody going to get out of the door.
Somebody got to have a
level head and say, let's get out of the door.
Let's go this way.
Let's get the door.
Come on,
this way.
This
way.
Right.
So if your relationship is blowing up, and you emotional, you all calling each other back, cursing each other, and yet still you driving in a car and you screaming and hollering, and yet still the cars, traffic is moving slow, you're going to eventually
gonna have an accident.
Exactly. And he made me do it, or she made me do it, screaming and hollering, or made me forget this, and a lot of us have done that. We're upset on the telephone and we lose our head. So that's the thing about it, is that never lose your head. That's the whole thing. Try not to never lose you gotta think about it, your heart may be damaged, it may be wounded, but if you sit down and reinvestigate that situation, a lot of things, not all, I'm not saying all, there's never all of anything, but we investigate. If we put an investigation up on that relationship in our minds, we're going to find out that we contributed to that.
Absolutely.
We contributed to it.
Because there's a cause to every effect.
There it is. That is true. A lot of things we do in our lives. A lot of things. Not all things, but a lot of things we do in our life, we cause our own, drama, our own misery. You allowed it to happen. Don't try to act like, I trusted that fool. He's supposed to. No. He did just what the scorpion did. The scorpion let the frog on his back. They went to 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pounds, and 4, 5 pounds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds. When he get there to get on the land from a 10 pound, what he do? He stung him. Because he says, why you do that? He said, because it's my nature.
And I used you for what I needed.
Right, that's my nature.
Your
so you know what you're getting with. When the women tell you that, hey, look, baby, I like you and all that. I'm not looking for no relationship. Oh, baby, there's no problem. Ain't no problem. Yet still you get with her and she wants some Gucci. She wants some Louis. She wants this. And all you want is just the coochie. But she just wants the Louis. She wants it. And yet still your pocket start getting smaller. And yet still you say, she just a gold digger. No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. She told you she wasn't looking for that and what she was looking for. So she wanted somebody to go ahead and issue out that cash. And when your cash got small, now you want to call her everything but a child of God. You're wrong. There's 6 left shoes. You didn't follow your head. Your head was saying, hey, wait a minute. That's going to eventually play out. Sleeping with it going to eventually play out. So let me go ahead and get with somebody. Thank you. I'm glad you're telling me. Let me go ahead and step it off. Right. So we don't want to see. A lot of people don't want to. You don't want to fess up to it because you done messed up to it. That's what you done. You done messed up to it, so you want to fess up to it. The fact of the matter is that in the end of the game, and you actually reinvestigate that, you have caused your own dilemma. And that's a fact.
I agree with that.
That's a fact.
I would agree with that.
That's a fact. And your mind will tell you, you're making a mistake. I would have guessed everything I believe in. I would follow my heart. Yeah, you did. You would and you followed your heart, and there it is. You and your broken heart. Now your heart, your mind telling you, you're damn fool, you're damn fool.
Yes, indeed.
I told you, I told you.
You knew better.
Yeah, because it's going to tell you.
I even gave you the warning signs. I warned you.
Did I see him going to here? Did I see, and the guy tell you, baby, I live in a 50-room mansion, baby, but I can't do it right now. We can't go there right now because my helicopter is being fixed on. But I got my Porsche in the shop right now. Baby, I got a Porsche. And my Lamborghini. But we would drive my Rolls Royce. But I said, the hell with it. We might as well go ahead and go over here to Uber tonight. And the woman go back over there and talk, baby, he got a Rolls Royce. He got a brand new Porsche, baby. He got a helicopter, and he got a 50-room mansion. But yet still you ought to wound up on Stony Island in a hotel that night.
Oh, man.
Come on now. I've heard so many. I'm like, well, okay, why you want to wind up at Stony Island and not in the Four Seasons? Well, he was going to go there, but he forgot his credit cards. And you went for that? Yeah, they do. So you think to yourself, okay, now that's how you all start. But it was cool because when we went to breakfast, it was all good because you know what? He said, hey, I don't have all my money with me, baby, but can you tag me this time? I got it. And he done laid down a $20 tip, baby. He was all right with me. I had a good night. I don't care what nobody say. I just look. Okay, you going to, next time you go with him, he going to say, well, baby, look, I know we supposed to go to the movie at 8 o'clock, but baby, look, let's do it let's go over my mama's house and we're gonna watch TV. My mama, she old, she upstairs. I'm gonna be downstairs in the basement where I always chill at. You downstairs in one room down there watching the movie. And then all of a sudden you say, man, you got a lot of clothes out here. Yeah, I go to sleep down here sometimes.
Your ass lives
in the basement.
In that basement.
He lives in that basement. Come on, baby. Your head done told you. You done saw him go in this house. And someone's got keys to our mom and daddy house. Of course, I understand that. He done went into the house. He done went so comfortable. The dog didn't even bark when he came up there. Because
that's where he lives.
That's where he lives at. So let's get serious.
The dog said,
This your second date.
Him downstairs.
This your second date. This your second date with him. First time you also went to a big old mattress. He's gonna show you his mattress being remodeled. Then he got a helicopter. Then he got a Porsche. Then he got this. And also he can't take you to none of that. But yes, you all wind up. Eat fast food at the Wendy's down the street, and then wind up at the hotel over here down there on Stony Island. And then the second time you tell you, let's go to the movie. Oh, it's too late, baby. I don't feel like it. Let me go to my mama's house.
Where did you find
because the thing is, they follow their heart. They've not been. I'm gonna give you all this saying. I used to use it, and it's something else out. And I'll tell you why I get this to you. You can use it. I've been done wrong so long, I almost forgot what right feel like. I know that shot. Can you feel it though? Yeah, look, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it slow so I ain't got to say it no more. I've been done wrong so long until I almost forgot what right feel like. Now that's happening all the way. Because sometimes a person come into your life and they do you right. You're like, oh no, let me do this. No, and they say, hey, just come on, just learn to accept it. You're like, man, nobody done nothing like this with me in a long time. You crack your toes inside your shoes. You lay up here and say, whoa, I can't believe this. Wow.
Think he doing something special.
Yeah, right.
And the ninja ain't doing nothing but what he's supposed to be doing.
They get up and give you $5 on the gas.
That's all.
$5.
Yeah.
But they tell you, hey, baby, this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing.
It ain't nothing.
But you believe it ain't.
But you think it's everything.
But you've been done wrong so long.
Yeah, you think you'd have found
you almost forgot what right felt like. And that's true. All of us have been done wrong like that. You've been in a relationship, you're like, man, why am I putting up with this BS? And the person kept going to the store, why am I putting up with this crazy man? I want to take off right now and leave him. That's your mind is telling you, leave. It's like a scary movie. Get out. But you still stand up in there. Oh, I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna believe in Jesus. Well, Jesus did open the door. This time you get the hell out.
Right.
Ain't no time. Oh, well, I'm gonna just deal with him a little longer. Man, I'm just putting
a little longer.
I'm putting up with her for a minute. Oh, what was a minute, baby? A minute, 5 years.
Right.
And you still taking the same type of thing.
Yeah,
she done slept with Skeezy, Weezy, and Bleezy.
But yes,
you believe it. Oh no,
that's our friend.
She just got to drinking and they didn't trick out her panties. No, they didn't trick out of nothing. Her intent was.
You done seen her own tape.
What
else do you have to say?
That was her intent when she went there. That was her intent.
Indeed.
So, right, but you thinking in your mind they tricked her. How did that work?
She ain't look like she was being tricked on that tape.
Boy, I believe she was handling that thing.
He following his heart, people.
Man, look here.
His man know that tape.
I love her. She weak.
That's a real tape.
I love her. She weak. Hold on. Well, somebody got to be strong. I'm strong and I'm getting the hell out. How about that? Let your weak ass stay here because I'm going to get my strong ass out of here. And I want you all to know that. This is, so your head will lead you in the right way. If you don't sit up here and just lay up on your heart. You lay up on my heart.
Follow your head, people, not your heart. The heart will lead you astray. And you will live to regret it. We're nearing the end of our show. Before we go, I want to let you guys know we are a part of the NMG Network. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to call us at 872-307-3828. Got a couple of sponsors I need to mention. Don's Construction Company, and you can reach them at 708-735-9580. And Kane's Medical Career Training, the lovely Mrs. Walker is the instructor. You can reach her at canesmedicalcareertraining.com, lowercase. If you've ever been a CNA and you let your license lapse, or you want to be a CNA, Mrs. Walker can help you with that. Her number is 773-699-8819. And we hope that you've enjoyed our show today. Until the next time, I am your girl, Val DeVarreaux.
And I am Prince Dondi. And I want you to have a great time.
Stay safe out there, people.
Hey, if it's not broke,
don't fix it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Head over heart. Trust me.
Hey, that's the truth now. That's the truth.
Indeed.
That's right. Thank you.